Tennis, Nottingham WTA final, Karolina Pliskova v Katie Boulter. Karolina. And the players just training for the match. There we go. So, 2 players just training for the match. Been rain delays in the tournament, so quarterfinals and semi-finals played and finished. Semi-finals finished today, and so the final started later than would have been. But the tournament has got to the final, and in the next few minutes, the Nottingham WTA final will start between Karolina Pliskova and Katie Boulter. So, Karolina Pliskova to serve the first game of the match and hit a first serve at net, so second serve. Pliskova second serve, centre of the box with a bit of depth, but return with depth by Katie Boulter to the centre, and Karolina Pliskova's backhand return after that is just out, so love 15. Pliskova will serve to the centre with depth, but Boulter returns with depth with forehand. And then Karolina Pliskova's backhand slice on the defence is just out, so love 30. Pliskova will serve to centre with depth. Boulter's backhand return at top net and bounces over, but then Karolina Pliskova with a forehand return hits the top of net and just over the net for a forehand winner. So 15-30. Pliskova with a serve to centre wide towards centre wide of the box, but just hits the net. So second serve. Second serve centre the box with a bit of depth. Boulter backhand return of depth, backhand to backhand. Of 2 shots each and a forehand from Boulter. Backhand Pliskova. Forehand to the left from Katie Boulter, and Katie Boulter strikes a forehand to the left, 15-40, and 2 break points. Pliskova over wide serve, Boulter forehand, block return, and backhand slice hits top net, Pliskova over. And after a few shots or so, Katie Boulter with forehand volley just out, so 30-40. Pliskova with serve centre with depth, and then Boulter returns to depth with forehand ball striking. But the second forehand from Katie Boulter to the right. Katie Boulter strikes a forehand winner and has a breaker serve in the first set with a breaker serve on return in the first game. So 1-love Boulter with a breaker serve in the first set. So Katie Boulter service game. 1-love Boulter with a breaker serve in the first set. Boulter with a serve to the centre. And it's just out, so second serve. Boulter's second serve, centre wide the box depth, plus for forehand return. And then Katie Boulter with a forehand winner to the right. And Katie Boulter strikes a forehand winner to the right. So 15-love on this Katie Boulter service game. 1-love Boulter with a breaker serve in the first set. Boulter with a serve towards centre wide the box, but it just hits the net, so second serve. Boulter with a serve to centre. Pliskova forehand return depth, forehand from Boulter. Backhand to backhand after that. But the second backhand from Karolina Pliskova. And the last shot of the rally is backhand to the left, and it's just out, so 30-love on this Katie Boulter service game. Boulter with a serve towards wide, just out, so second serve. Boulter second serve, centre of the box with depth, Pliskova forehand return, Boulter with forehand a bit further forward, and then Pliskova forehand return, Boulter with forehand to the right, Pliskova returns, then a backhand shorter volley to the left from Katie Boulter, and it's a backhand volley winner, so 40-love. Boulter with a serve to the centre. May have been a fault, but another serve still though, rather. Boulter with a serve. Serve pre that a let, so second serve on this next serve. Second serve, Boulter centre the box with depth. Pliskova returns with depth for a backhand slice and Boulter for one to left with depth. Pliskova. Backhand slice and Boulter. 2 in a row from 2. Pliskova forehands with depth and then returns another Pliskova shot with depth. And then Pliskova shot with depth to left and Katie Boulter's backhand slice return after that to the right is just out, so 40-15. Boulter with a wide serve with depth. Pliskova forehand slice return. And then Katie Boulter with a forehand winner to the right. Katie Boulter strikes a forehand winner to the right to hold that service game. 2-love Boulter in the first set with a breaker serve. Pliskova with a serve towards the centre. Hits the net, so second serve. Pliskova's second serve to a bit of depth. Karolina Pliskova service game. 2-love Katie Boulter in the first set of a breaker serve. Pliskova the serve towards wide, but Katie Boulter with backhand cross-court return with depth to the right, and Karolina Pliskova gets a bit of backhand racket to it, but can't get the ball much further. So 15-all. Pliskova the serve towards the centre, but just out, so second serve. Pliskova second serve to centre with depth. And it's just out, so double fault. 15-30. Pliskova was serve to centre with depth. Boulter forehand return. Backhand from Pliskova depth. Backhand from Boulter. And then forehand to forehand. And then backhand to backhand. This ball striking rally, but Katie Boulter's backhand just hits the net, so 30-all. Pliskova was served to the centre with depth, and Katie Boulter's backhand return to the left is a bit out, so 40-30. Pliskova serve with depth to centre wide the box, but after 2 shots each or so, a ball striking Katie Boulter's backhand is just out, and Karolina Pliskova holds that service game, but it's 2-1 Katie Boulter with a breaker serve in the first set. Katie Boulter service game. So 2-1 Boulter with a breaker serve in the first set. Boulter was served to the centre with depth, and it's an ace, 15 love, ace from Katie Boulter. Boulter was served towards wide, but just hits the net, so second serve. Boulter second serve, centre of the box with depth, and Karolina Pliskova's forehand return to the right is just out, so 30 love. game, and it's 15-30. 3-1 Katie Boulter with a breaker serve in the first set. Pliskova was towards centre of the box, but just hits the net, so second serve. Pliskova's second serve towards the centre with depth, and Katie Boulter with a bit of forehand racket to it, but can't get the ball much further, so 30-all on this Karolina Pliskova service game. 3-1 Katie Boulter with a breaker serve in the first set. Pliskova with a serve towards wide, just out, so second serve. Pliskova with a second serve towards the centre with depth, and what a second serve from Karolina Pliskova. Ace on second serve. Ace in the centre. What a second serve from Karolina Pliskova. Ace. Pliskova with a serve towards centre with depth, and Katie Boulter with a forehand block return, but it just hits the net, and Karolina Pliskova holds that service game, but Katie Boulter leads this first set 3-2 with a breaker serve. So Katie Boulter service game. 3-2 Boulter with a breaker serve in the first set. Boulter with a serve wide with depth, and Karolina Pliskova's return cross court to the right is just out, so 15-love. Boulter with a wide serve, and it's just out, so second serve. Boulter second serve to centre with depth. Karolina Pliskova with a return to the left on the forehand. Forehand return from Karolina Pliskova to the left with depth, and Katie Boulter gets a backhand racket on it, but can't get the ball much further. 15-all. What a ball strike on that return from Karolina Pliskova. Boulter for serve to the centre. Maybe a let, but it's another serve still. Boulter with a serve to the centre, but just out, so second serve. 15-all. Boulter's serve hits the top of the net and bounces over, so let second serve. Boulter with second serve. Pliskova backhand return, forehand to forehand of 3 shots each, and then after a forehand from Boulter, it's back to backhand of 2 shots each, but after 2 backhands each, Karolina Pliskova's last backhand just hits the net, so 30-15. 30-15. Boulter, the serve towards centre, but it's the top of the net and bounces just over. Maybe a let, but another serve still. Boulter was served to the centre. Pliskova backhand return. Forehand from Boulter. Backhand from Pliskova is just out, so 40-15. Boulter with a wide serve and an ace from Katie Boulter. A wide serve ace from Katie Boulter, so that service game is held. 4-2 Katie Boulter with a breaker serve in the first set. Pliskova with a serve to the centre of the box with depth. Maybe a let, maybe, but another serve still. Pliskova with a serve centre of the box with depth, and Katie Boulter's backhand return is just out. So 15-love on this Karolina Pliskova service game, but Katie Boulter leads 4-2 with a breaker serve in the first set. Pliskova with a serve hits the top of the net and bounces just out, so second serve. Pliskova with serves to the centre of the box, and it's in, and Katie Boulter's forehand return a bit out, so 30-love. Pliskova with a wide serve with depth. Katie Boulter forehand block return, but then Karolina Pliskova further forward, just by the net, hits a backhand to the left, and it's a backhand winner from Karolina Pliskova. Strikes a backhand winner, 40-love. Pliskova with a serve towards wide, but it just hits the net, so second serve. Pliskova second serve, centre box with depth. Boulter returns with depth, and Karolina Pliskova's forehand after that just hits the net, so 40-15. Pliskova with a wide serve with depth. Forehand block return from Katie Boulter. Pliskova with a forehand to left with depth. Boulter with a backhand slice return on defence, but Karolina Pliskova just by the net with a forehand drive volley to the right, and it's a forehand drive volley winner from Karolina Pliskova. That service game is held, but 4-3 Katie Boulter with a breaker serve in the first set. So 4-3 Katie Boulter with a breaker serve in the first set. Katie Boulter service game. 4-3 Katie Boulter with a breaker serve in the first set. Boulter with a serve towards centre wide the box, but just hits the net, so second serve. Boulter second serve. Wide, Pliskova forehand return is a bit out. 15 love. Second serve with depth from Katie Boulter that, so 15 love. Boulter was served to the centre with depth. Pliskova forehand return with depth. And then backhand to backhand. Second backhand from Boulter and a forehand to left with depth from Pliskova. Forehand from Boulter. And then Karolina Pliskova with a backhand to left strikes a backhand winner. 15 all. Boulter was served to the centre with depth. Backhand. Slice. Block return on defence from Karolina Pliskova, and Katie Boulter's next forehand to the right after that just hits the net. So 15-30 on this Katie Boulter service game. 4-3 Boulter with a breaker serve in the first set. Boulter with a serve to centre wide the box, but just hits the net, so second serve. Boulter second serve, centre the box with depth. Pliskova backhand return with depth though, and Katie Boulter's forehand to the left after that just hits the net. So 15-40 and 2 break points for Karolina Pliskova on this Katie Boulter service game. Boulter with a serve towards centre wide of the box, but just hits the net, so second serve. Boulter, second serve wide, and it's a double fault. And Karolina Pliskova with a breaker serve on return, so on serve in the first set. 4 games all. Karolina Pliskova service game, and it's 15 love. 4 games all on serve in the first set. Breaker serve for 1 player each in the first set on return of serve, so 4 games all. Both ball striking players, Karolina Pliskova and Katie Boulter. Pliskova was served to the centre with depth, and Katie Boulter's forehand return is just out, so 30 love. Both players had 3-set semi-finals, competitive semi-finals. Pliskova with a serve towards the centre with depth. Katie Boulter's backhand return just hits the net, 40 love. Pliskova with a serve with depth to centre wide of the box, but Katie Boulter with a backhand return to left with depth, and Karolina Pliskova's backhand after that just hits the net, so 40-15. Pliskova with a serve towards the centre of the box, but just hits the net. So second serve. Pliskova with a second serve to the centre with depth. Katie Boulter forehand return with depth. Karolina Pliskova backhand return, forehand from Boulter. Backhand from Pliskova, forehand from Boulter. And then Karolina Pliskova with a backhand winner to the left. Strikes a backhand winner to the left, Karolina Pliskova, to hold that service game. 5-4 Karolina Pliskova on serve in the first set. So Katie Boulter service game. 5-4 Karolina Pliskova on serve in the first set. In a competitive ball striking set, 2 ball striking players. Boulter was served to the centre with depth. Maybe a let or maybe just out, but another serve still. Boulter with a serve to centre of the box with depth. Pliskova forehand return with depth. Then Boulter returns. Pliskova forehand. Boulter forehand. Forehand to forehand. And then backhand to backhand. Karolina Pliskova forehand slice return. And a forehand by Boulter. It's off net and bounces over. Forehand slice return from Pliskova. Katie Boulter with a forehand to left with depth. Karolina Pliskova forehand slice return. And then a forehand slice from Boulter to the right, but it's just out. So love 15. A rally of ball striking and slice, but Karolina Pliskova edged that point. Boulter with a serve to the centre of the box with depth. Pliskova returns with depth, and Katie Boulter's backhand after that just hits the net. So love 30 on this Katie Boulter service game at 5-4 Karolina Pliskova on serve in the first set. Boulter with a serve to centre box with depth. Pliskova forehand return with depth, and then Katie Boulter with a forehand to the right, and it's just out. And love 40 and 3 set points for Karolina Pliskova on this Katie Boulter service game. Boulter with a serve towards wide, just out, so second serve. Boulter with a serve to the centre of the box with a bit of depth. Pliskova backhand return, but then Katie Boulter strikes a forehand to the right with depth, and Karolina Pliskova gets a bit of backhand racket on it, but can't get it much further. So 15-40. Boulter with a serve to the centre, but it just hits the net. So second serve. Boulter, second serve, centre box. Karolina Pliskova returns forehand with depth. Boulter returns, and Pliskova forehand return, but Boulter backhand. Backhand to the right with depth from Pliskova. Boulter returns, backhand to left from Pliskova with depth. Boulter returns to backhand, and backhand to the right with depth from Pliskova. Boulter returns, then Pliskova with a forehand to the left with depth, and Katie Boulter's backhand hits the net, and Karolina Pliskova edges the first set 6-4 with a breaker serve. So Karolina Pliskova service game at the start of the second set, and it's 40-love. Karolina Pliskova leads by 1-0. Edged the first set of a breaker serve 6-4 in a competitive ball striking first set between these two ball striking players as Pliskova hits a serve centre to wider box with depth, but a backhand return with depth from Katie Boulter to the centre, and Karolina Pliskova's forehand after that a bit out, so 40-15. Serve with depth, Katie Boulter, forehand block return, forehand from Pliskova with depth, forehand from Boulter, forehand of 2 shots each, but Katie Boulter's last forehand to the right just hits the net, so Karolina Pliskova holds that service game at the start of the second set. So Katie Boulter service game. Boulter with a serve to the centre, and it's just out, so second serve. Boulter second serve to centre of depth. Pliskova backhand return a bit of depth. Backhand to backhand. And then the second backhand from Katie Boulter is a drop shot to the left, and Karolina Pliskova gets to it. But Karolina Pliskova's backhand high shot just after that just hits the net. So 15-love. Boulter with a serve to centre wide of the box, but just out, so second serve. Boulter with a serve to the centre with depth. Pliskova forehand return with depth is in, and Katie Boulter's last forehand just hit the net, so 15-all. A forehand return with depth from Karolina Pliskova on that last point. Boulter with a wide serve just out, so second serve. Boulter with a second serve with depth to the centre. Pliskova backhand return with depth. But Boulter returns, and then Pliskova's forehand after that is a bit out, so 30-15. Boulter with a serve towards the centre of the box, but just hits the net, so second serve. Boulter second serve to the centre. Pliskova forehand return with depth. Backhand return from Boulter. Backhand with depth from Pliskova. Boulter backhand return. Pliskova with backhand with depth to the right. Backhand slice from Katie Boulter on defence. But then a bit further forward, Karolina Pliskova strikes a forehand winner to the right. 30-all. So Karolina Pliskova service game. One game all on serve in the second set. And it's 15-love. Pliskova with a serve to the centre. Hits the top of the net a bit maybe, so maybe let. So another serve still. Pliskova with a serve to the centre, just out. And yep, second serve. Pliskova's second serve to the centre. And Katie Boulter strikes a forehand return winner ace. Forehand winner to the right from Katie Boulter on the return from a serve. So 15-all. Pliskova with a serve towards the centre of the box, just hits the net, so second serve. Pliskova with a second serve, centre the box with depth, but Boulter returns with depth, forehand return with depth from Pliskova. Boulter returns in, backhand drop shot to the right from Pliskova, and then Katie Boulter returns with a drop shot, and it's a backhand drop shot winner from Katie Boulter, so 15-30. So 2-1 Katie Boulter with a breaker serve in the second set. Katie Boulter service game. 2-1 Katie Boulter with a breaker serve in the second set. Boulter with a serve to the centre, but just hits the net, so second serve. Boulter second serve to centre. Pliskova backhand return. Then a backhand drop shot from Katie Boulter just hits the net. So love 15. Boulter with a wide serve, and it's an ace. Wide serve ace from Katie Boulter, so 15 all on this Katie Boulter service game. 2-1 Boulter, 2-1 Katie Boulter with a breaker serve in the second set. Boulter with a serve to the centre, and Karolina Pliskova's backhand return to the left is just out, so 30-15. Boulter was served towards wide. Karolina Pliskova backhand slice return and backhand slice further forward just by net by Katie Boulter with depth, and Karolina Pliskova's forehand return on defence after that to the left is a bit out, so 40-15. Boulter with a serve to the centre, and it's an ace from a centre serve from Katie Boulter. So 3-1 Katie Boulter with a breaker serve in the second set. Pliskova with a wide serve with depth, but Katie Boulter with a forehand return cross court with depth to the left, and Karolina Pliskova gets a bit of backhand racket on it but can't get the ball much further. So love 15. Karolina Pliskova service game. 3-1 Katie Boulter with a break serve in the second set. Pliskova centre to wide serve with depth, but Boulter returns with depth, and then backhand from Pliskova and forehand from Boulter. Then backhand from Pliskova and forehand again from Boulter. And Pliskova will return on defence with backhand, and then Katie Boulter with a forehand shot after that, and Karolina Pliskova's return just hits the net. So love 30. Pliskova serve to centre of the box with depth. Boulter returns with depth. Slice shot from Pliskova. Forehand to the right with depth from Katie Boulter. Karolina Pliskova returns with a backhand, and then Katie Boulter's forehand to the left after that is just out. So 15-30. Pliskova will serve centre of the box with depth. Katie Boulter forehand block return. Backhand with depth from Pliskova. Backhand to backhand of 2 shots each, and the second backhand from Katie Boulter is just out. So 30 all. Pliskova with a serve to the centre of the box with depth. Boulter returns with depth. Backhand to backhand. Then a forehand slice from Karolina Pliskova with a bit of depth from Katie Boulter with a forehand to the right, but it's just out. So 40-30. Pliskova serve to the centre with depth, but Katie Boulter with a forehand return ace. Forehand winner return ace to the right from Katie Boulter strikes a winner. So deuce. And Karolina Pliskova has just won a point, so advantage Pliskova. It was Karolina Pliskova service game, but Katie Boulter leads with a breaker serve in the second set. Pliskova was served to centre the box with depth. Forehand return with depth from Boulter. Pliskova return on defence, but just by net, Katie Boulter's backhand slice shot just hits the net. So Karolina Pliskova holds that service game, and it's 3-2 Katie Boulter with a breaker serve in the second set. So, okay, love having edged the first set 6-4 for a break serve. Boulter with a serve to the centre with depth. Boulter with a serve to the centre with depth. Karolina Pliskova backhand return with backhand to backhand, forehand to forehand. And Katie Boulter's forehand to the right is a forehand winner. Katie Boulter strikes a forehand winner to the right, so 30 love. Boulter with a serve to the centre, but just out, so second serve. Boulter with a serve to the centre with depth. And Karolina Pliskova with a backhand return ace winner to the left. Maybe. 30-15 still on this Katie Boulter service game. Boulter with a serve towards centre wide the box, but it just hits the net, so second serve. Boulter with a serve to the centre with depth, and Karolina Pliskova's forehand return just hits the net, so 40-15. Boulter with a serve towards the centre of the box, but it just hits the net, so second serve. Boulter, second serve, centre of the box with depth, and Karolina Pliskova's forehand return just hits the net, so that service game is held. And it's 4-2 Katie Boulter with a break serve in the second set. Karolina Pliskova service game. Pliskova was served to the center of the box just out, so second serve. Pliskova's second serve, centre of the box with a bit of depth, and Katie Boulter's backhand is just out, so 15 love. Pliskova was served to the centre of the box with depth, forehand block return from Katie Boulter, forehand slice from Karolina Pliskova, forehand to the left with depth from Katie Boulter, but backhand to the right from Karolina Pliskova. Katie Boulter returns, forehand to the right with bit of depth from Karolina Pliskova. Katie Boulter backhand, and forehand to forehand, but Karolina Pliskova's forehand. Yep, Karolina Pliskova's forehand is in. Karolina Pliskova with a forehand with depth to the left, and Katie Boulter's forehand return after that just out, so 30 love. Pliskova serve to the centre, but it's another serve. Pliskova was served to the centre box, Katie Boulter forehand block return, but then Karolina Pliskova strikes a forehand winner to the right. So 40 love. Pliskova with a serve towards the centre of the box, but just hits the net, so second serve. Pliskova was serve centre of the box. Katie Boulter with backhand return with depth to the left, and Karolina Pliskova's backhand slice after that just hits the net. So 40-15. Pliskova with serve to the centre with depth. Katie Boulter backhand block return. Pliskova with backhand to the right with a bit of depth, but a backhand drop shot to the right. Katie Boulter. Karolina Pliskova onto it with a forehand, but then Katie Boulter forehand volley returns that, and it's a winner to the left. So 40-30. Pliskova with serve towards the centre of the box, but it just hits the net. So second serve. Pliskova second serve, centre of the box. Katie Boulter returns forehand with depth. Pliskova returns forehand, drop shot for Katie Boulter. Karolina Pliskova onto it with a backhand shot, and then Katie Boulter's passing shot to the right is just out, so that service game is held. But 4-3 Katie Boulter with a breaker serve in the second set. Katie Boulter service game, and it's 15-love. 4-3 Katie Boulter with a breaker serve in the second set. Boulter with a serve towards the centre of the box, but it just hits the net. So second serve. Boulter second serve to the centre. Karolina Pliskova's forehand return is in, and Katie Boulter's forehand after that just hit the net. So 15-all. Forehand return with depth from Karolina Pliskova on that last point. Boulter with a serve to the centre, just out, so second serve. Boulter second serve, centre of the box. Karolina Pliskova's forehand return is just out, so 30-15. Boulter with a serve with a wide serve, and Karolina Pliskova with a bit of backhand racket to it, can't get it much further. Oh, not even backhand racket to it. A wide serve ace from Katie Boulter, so 40-15. Boulter wide serve, and Karolina Pliskova's forehand return just hits the net, so that service game is held 5-3 Katie. Pliskova with a serve to the centre of the box with depth. Katie Boulter forehand block return, and then Karolina Pliskova's forehand after that hits the top of the net but bounces just over for a winner. So 15-love. Pliskova with a wide serve with depth, and Katie Boulter's backhand return is a bit out. So 30-love. Serve to the centre, but just out. So second. Pliskova's second serve to centre of the box with depth, but Katie Boulter with a backhand winner return ace. Katie Boulter strikes a backhand winner ace return to the right. So 30-15. 30-15 on this Karolina Pliskova service game. Katie Boulter leads with a breaker serve in the second set. Pliskova with a serve to the centre just out. So second serve. Pliskova. Second serve towards the centre of the box, but just hits the net. So double fault and 30 all. Pliskova with a serve towards the centre, just hits the net. So second serve. Pliskova's second serve centre of the box is just out, so it's a second double fault in the row. And it's 30-40 and set point for Katie Boulter. Pliskova with a second serve to the centre with depth. Boulter returns a forehand with depth, forehand to forehand of about 2 shots each or so. And then the last forehand with depth, Katie Boulter. Karolina Pliskova returns with a forehand squash shot, but it's a bit out. And it's 1 set all, 6-3 Katie Boulter in the second set. And the match is level at 1 set all. So, third and final set of this Nottingham WTA final. Karolina Pliskova, Katie Boulter. One set all. Karolina Pliskova edged the first set 6-4 with a breaker serve, but a double break on return in the second set, and Katie Boulter levelled the match at one set all, with 6-3 to Katie Boulter in the second set. So one set all into the third and final set of the match. So Karolina Pliskova service game, 30-15. Third and final set, one set all. Pliskova. The serve to the centre with depth just out, so second serve. Pliskova second serve with depth to the centre of the box. And Pliskova second serve to the centre of camp and Boulter, and then a forehand. One set all in the third and final set on serve. Pliskova the serve to the centre with depth, and Katie Boulter's backhand return to the left is just out, so 40-30. Pliskova the serve to the centre with depth, Boulter returns, and then Karolina Pliskova's backhand just hits the net, so deuce. Pliskova was served to the centre with depth, Boulter backhand return, forehand to the right with a bit of depth from Pliskova, but then forehand to forehand of two shots each, and backhand from Pliskova, forehand to the right from Katie Boulter, just hits the net. So advantage Pliskova on this Karolina Pliskova service game. Pliskova a wide serve with depth, and Katie Boulter may or may not have got a bit of backhand on that, but good wide serve from Karolina Pliskova still, and that service game is held. One game all on serve in the third and final set. One set all. Karolina Pliskova edged the first set 6-4 of a breaker serve, and then Katie Boulter of a double break levelled the match with the second set 6-3. So one set all on serve in the third and final set. Boulter of a serve to the centre with depth, and Karolina Pliskova's backhand return to the right is just out, so 15-love. Boulter a serve towards the centre of the box, but it just hits the net, so second serve. Boulter second serve to the centre of the box with a bit of depth. Pliskova returns with backhand with depth, backhand to backhand, and then Karolina Pliskova with a forehand to the left strikes a forehand winner. Forehand winner to left, struck to the left from Karolina Pliskova. 15-all to service game. Boulter with a serve to the centre. Pliskova backhand return just out. So 30-15. Boulter with a serve to the centre with depth. Karolina Pliskova forehand return with depth to the right. Boulter returns. Karolina Pliskova with backhand slice and then to the net. Katie Boulter with backhand not return, but then an overhead smash at the net from Karolina Pliskova to the right. An overhead smash winner from Karolina Pliskova. 30-all on this Katie Boulter service game. From return to the net and finish on a point on return of serve on that last point from Karolina Pliskova. Boulter with a wide serve. Karolina Pliskova forehand block return. Katie Boulter a forehand with depth to the right. Karolina Pliskova with a return on defence. Another forehand to the right from Boulter with depth. Karolina Pliskova with a backhand return on defence. And then Katie Boulter a bit further forward near the net strikes a forehand to the left, and it's a forehand winner from Katie Boulter. So 40-30. Boulter with a serve towards the centre of the box, but just out, so second serve. Boulter with a serve to the centre of the box with a bit of depth. Pliskova backhand return. Backhand drop shot from Katie Boulter to left. Karolina Pliskova gets a forehand slice to it with a bit of a forehand drop shot to the right, and Katie Boulter gets to it, but the forehand slice shot after that from Katie Boulter is a bit out, so deuce. Boulter with a wide serve with depth, and Karolina Pliskova's forehand block return just hits the net, so advantage Boulter on this Katie Boulter service game. Boulter with a serve. Boulter with a serve wide, but just out, so second serve. Boulter second serve, centre of the box. Karolina Pliskova returns with depth on the backhand and returns a Boulter shot with depth for backhand. But then Katie Boulter strikes a backhand to the left, and it's a backhand winner from Katie Boulter. And that service game is held, and it's 2-1 Katie Boulter on serve in the third and final So Karolina Pliskova service game on serve in the third and final set. Pliskova was served towards the centre, but it just hits the net. So second serve. Pliskova second serve to the centre with depth. Katie Boulter backhand block return, but then a bit further forward. Karolina Pliskova strikes a forehand to the left, and it's a forehand winner to the left from Karolina Pliskova. So 15-love. So 4-1 Katie Boulter with a breaker serve in the third and final set. Karolina Pliskova service game. And it's 15-all. And in a rally, Katie Boulter has just finished a point a bit further forward, striking a forehand winner to the right. So 15-30 on this Karolina Pliskova service game. Pliskova was served to the centre with depth, and Katie Boulter's forehand return to the right is just out, so 30-all. Pliskova with a serve towards centre wide, box bits the top of net and bounces over, so let and another serve. Basically. Pliskova with a serve to the centre with depth, Boulter with backhand return, backhand to backhand. Forehand from Boulter, backhand to left from Pliskova, a bit of depth, backhand return from Boulter, backhand to backhand, second backhand from Pliskova, and forehand from Boulter. Backhand from Pliskova, from Boulter again, Pliskova with backhand to the right, forehand from Boulter to the right, forehand to left from Pliskova, forehand, backhand to left rather of depth from Boulter. Pliskova returns with a shot on defence, but then Katie Boulter, a bit further forward, strikes a forehand winner to the left, so 30-40. Pliskova with a serve, hits the top of the net and bounces just over, so another serve. Karolina Pliskova with second serve with depth to the centre, and Katie Boulter's forehand return just hits the net, so deuce. Pliskova with a wide serve with depth. Boulter returns. Pliskova forehand with depth to right. Boulter returns. Pliskova with backhand with depth to centre left, and Katie Boulter's backhand return after that just hits the net, so advantage Pliskova on this Karolina Pliskova first game. In this third and final set, Katie Boulter leading with a breaker serve. In this third and final set, Pliskova with a serve towards centre wide the box, but just hits the net, so second serve. Pliskova with a second serve centre of the box with depth, and Katie Boulter with backhand return to left, and it's a backhand return winner ace from Katie Boulter, so deuce. Pliskova with a wide serve with depth, Boulter returns, and forehand from Pliskova with depth. Backhand return from Boulter, forehand with depth again from Pliskova, backhand return again from Boulter, forehand from Pliskova. And then Katie Boulter a bit further forward strikes another forehand to the left, Karolina Pliskova service game. And Karolina Pliskova basically probably got to hold this service game for any competitive chance in this third and final set. Pliskova with a serve towards the centre, but just hits the net, so second serve. Pliskova second serve centre of the box with depth. Boulter returns to forehand. Pliskova with return. Boulter with backhand return to the right with depth, and Karolina Pliskova gets a bit of backhand racket to it, but can't get the ball much further. And it's 5-1 Katie Boulter with a double break in the third and final set. And Katie Boulter with a service game, serving for the match with a double break, leading 5-1 for double break in the third and final set. Boulter with a serve to the centre of the box with depth. Pliskova forehand return with depth, and then Boulter's forehand after that is just out. So love 15. Boulter with a serve to the centre of the box with depth. Karolina Pliskova with a backhand return to the right with depth, and Katie Boulter's forehand block shot on defence after that is just out. So love 30. Boulter with a serve to the centre with depth. Karolina Pliskova backhand slice return. And then Katie Boulter a bit further forward strikes a forehand winner to the right. 15-30. Boulter with a wide serve and an ace from Katie Boulter. So 30 all. Boulter with a serve to the centre. Just out. So second serve. Boulter with a serve to the centre of the box. Karolina Pliskova with a forehand return with depth, and Katie Boulter's forehand after that just hits the net. So 30-40. Boulter with a serve towards centre wide of the box, but just hits the net. So second serve. Boulter second serve to the centre. Pliskova forehand return with depth. Forehand from Boulter. Backhand to backhand. But Katie Boulter's backhand just hits the net. So that's one break on return for Karolina Pliskova. 5-2 Katie Boulter with a breaker serve in this third and final set. So Karolina Pliskova service game. 5-2 Katie Boulter with a breaker serve in the third and final set. Pliskova reserve to the centre of the box with depth. Katie Boulter return to the left. Pliskova with a shot to right. Boulter returns. And then Karolina Pliskova strikes a forehand winner to the right. Forehand winner to the right struck by Karolina Pliskova. 15 love. Pliskova with a serve centre of the box with depth, and Katie Boulter's backhand return is just out, so 30 love. Pliskova was served towards the centre but just hits the net, so second serve. Pliskova's second serve to the centre is just out, and it's a double fault, so 30-15 on this Karolina Pliskova service game. Katie Boulter leading the third and final set of a breaker serve. Pliskova was served to the centre, but just hits the net, so second serve. Club football only, having that till the Euros finishes. Pliskova, the second serve, hits the top of the net and bounces just out, so double fault and 30 all. Pliskova with a serve towards the centre of the box, but a bit out, so second serve. Pliskova second serve to the centre of the box with depth. Boulter returns. Pliskova with a backhand to the right with depth, and Katie Boulter's backhand after that just hits the net, so 40-30 on this Karolina Pliskova service game, with Katie Boulter leading with a breaker serve in the third and final set. Pliskova a serve to the centre of the box. Boulter backhand return with depth. Forehand from Pliskova. Forehand from Boulter. Backhand from Pliskova. Backhand to backhand. Second backhand from Boulter. Backhand drop shot. Karolina Pliskova strikes a forehand to left with depth. Boulter returns. Then Pliskova in it hits a shot to the right. Boulter returns. They lob with depth and it's in. And then Karolina Pliskova's forehand lob on the defence after that is a bit out. So deuce. Pliskova was served to the centre. Boulter returns. Pliskova forehand with depth. Forehand to forehand of two shots each. Backhand from Pliskova to the right. Backhand from Boulter with depth to the right. Pliskova forehand return. Forehand to left with depth from Katie Boulter. Backhand slice on defence from Karolina Pliskova. From one Katie Boulter shot. And then another shot from Katie Boulter. And a second defensive backhand slice from Karolina Pliskova is just out. So advantage and match point Katie Boulter on this Karolina Pliskova service game. And championship point for this tournament for Katie Boulter. Pliskova a serve to the centre with depth. Katie Boulter forehand block return. And then Karolina Pliskova strikes a forehand to the left with depth, and Katie Boulter gets a bit of forehand racket on it but can't get the ball much further, so deuce. Pliskova with a serve hits the top of the net and bounces, so another serve at least. Maybe just a let or just out. Bit close. Pliskova with a second serve to the centre. Katie Boulter returns with a backhand with depth, and Karolina Pliskova gets a bit of backhand racket to it but can't get the ball much further. So second championship point for Katie Boulter. Pliskova with a wide serve with depth from Katie Boulter. Returns with a backhand with depth from Karolina Pliskova's backhand after that. Just hits the net. Game, set and match. Katie Boulter. And Katie Boulter wins the Nottingham WTA final tournament. Wins the Nottingham WTA final and the tournament, winning by 3 sets in the final, 4-6, 6-3, 6-2.